Hello, I think we're live and no drop frames, still broadcasting at a lower bit rate. I watched the stream last night and today and I noticed a little bit lower quality, but not very much considering that it cut the bit rate down by 50% or more. Yeah, more than 50%. It was at 2200 and now it's at 1000. So for having the bit rate, I'd say the quality was pretty equivalent to what it was before. So I was pretty happy about that. I think I'll leave it like that for now. I'm still getting drop frames. It looks like 76 frames right now, which is a little less than 6%, about 5% of the frames. But that never happened. I've never streamed at this low of a bit rate, and even when I was streaming it, I started streaming at 1800 kilobits per second, and this never happened, so I don't know exactly what's wrong. Okay, so this is where we are now. We did the ghost list, and we talked about this guy, Harakaba Tomoki, and now we are on Magabuchi Hiyori. Magabuchi Hiyori. So that is her. Okay, looks like it's working. Hello, Jedley. Hello, The Truth 34. Hello, Dashi. And hello, anybody else? E10, you're here. Okay, cool. Alright, good to have you all here. See some Mediafire links and pictures linked into the chat. Oh, Majora's Mask. Hey, that's a cool image. Holy crap, that is high res. That is a high res ass image. Fierce deity. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright, well, thank you for that. It's 4053, and I can't read the rest of it because the Chrome tab description doesn't go that far. But that's pretty cool. Oh, and there's a Mediafire link. Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, November. Oh, now. Something. Oh, that's an even cooler image. Yeah, I like that. It's all bright and colorful and detailed. That is awesome. Thank you. November 05-2. Alright. Hello, everyone. So we are back for the Thursday edition, the final edition for the week of, you guessed it, Game Go Gakuen. And this is, you guessed it, Mantis Zero, like usual. So I guess I got a haircut today, so my hair looks a little bit different. Oh yeah, I can see video today. All Out Attack says she is here. Okay, thank you, All Out Attack, for letting us know you can see the video. That may be related to the lowering of the bitrate, so I think I'll keep it like it is unless we have more problems. So the buffering may have been due to the fact that I was streaming at 2200 kilobits per second. Now I'm streaming at 1000. So I cut that down pretty largely. And I've still got only 76 drop frames, so that's dropped the percentage back to about 1.2%. So we're doing good. I still haven't booked a flight to London. Oh, you better do that. And, oh, there's the Yuri greeting. And welcome back, Dashi, even though Dashi was here before because I saw him checking his balance. But, I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going, if you guys don't mind, unless you got something to talk about. Alright, so we're on Magabuchi Hiyori. I don't know if we're going to finish this today, but... Oh, yes, I need to talk about the mailed Tsubusu. So I asked my coworker about mailed Tsubusu, and he didn't even really know that that was a common meaning, if it is a common meaning, to say that you're rendered blind or you render someone blind. So when he said when you use mailed Tsubusu, in his native Japanese sensibility, he would just think of literally gouging someone's eyes out. And the other meaning, it would just depend on the context. And I thought about it, and I went back in the file and looked at like an example sentence. Let's see. Yeah, so here's a sentence. すべてを殺してその目を潰す. I'll kill them all and gouge their eyes out. If I were to translate that as I'll kill them all and render them blind, it doesn't really sound very threatening because they're already dead. So you can't really blind someone who can't see just by virtue of being dead. So I think I'm going to leave it as gouging their eyes out, because you can still gouge someone's eyes out even after they're dead, because their eyes are still physically there. But blindness has to do with their ability to work, with human consciousness and take in visual information about the surroundings. So I think I'm going to leave it as gouge their eyes out, because my coworker said that that's what he would think it was if he read it, and he's Japanese. So I'll just assume that, it is gouge their eyes out. Even though it did look like there was a blade, he was taking a blade to their eyes once. I think their eyes, some of them may not have eyes. They just have these dark blotches on their face. So I'm going to leave it as that. So I hope that's okay. But if you have any other opinion, just let me know. But for now, I'm going to leave it as gouging their eyes out. I can now buy M-rated games with my ID. Oh yes, it's Thursday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Dashi. You're now, let's see. Yeah, if it's post-mortem, make it gouge out. Okay, thank you. Alright, so Dashi, you must be 18 or 17? I can't remember. I think you already said you're 17. So now you're 18. You're officially an adult. Official meaning legally. Let's see. Iori. Need to get back to where I was. Oh, here we go. Okay, so the screen's going dark because we're talking too much. Talking for an extended period. That's okay though. 光山に思いを収め、滝から飛び降りて命を絶った女。A woman who left her feelings at the mountain, jumping from a waterfall and ending her life. 夜見濡れの呪いにとらわれ、死の瞬間を繰り返し、人々を同じ死に導いている。Trapped by the curse of spring of night saturation, she repeats death and leads people to the same death. And again, I'm going to say she repeats her death. She repeats her death. Well, actually, I didn't translate moment. So she repeats the moment of death. Yeah, so note to self, right off the bat, there's a note to self. So she repeats the moment of death and leads people to the same death. Yeah. Leads people to that same death, I'm going to say. That same death. Sounds a little bit more poetic, I guess. Okay, that's done. Next one. Oh, it's that, is that the tall woman? No, that's the woman that was so hard to get a picture of. The only way I got this picture was because if you try to do fatal grants while she's on the ground, she disappears really, really quickly. And even if you're standing right there, as soon as she falls from the sky, in her death animation, she falls from the sky, hits the ground, and then disappears. And I think I saw the person I was watching get this by actually timing it just right to do that. I was unable to do that. My patience ran out before I saw her in a fatal grantsable state, when they've got that steam coming off them. So I just fatal grants her in that state because it lasted much longer than when she's lying on the ground. So I was able to get her into the ghost list that way. So yeah, to get these people into the ghost list, you have to fatal grants them, just so you know if you ever play the game. Let's see. A happy Tanjobi, man! Alright, I think the first game I'll buy is Bayonetta 2. Oh, good choice, I think. I've only played the first level or two. The first two, the prologue and first chapter. Yeah, it's just like the first one, but more extravagant. I bought Bayo 2 from Amazon Japan through a proxy. Nothing to play on it, though. Oh, nothing to play it on, though. Oh, gently. Oh, well. Well, you can always win a Wii U when we do the drawing for this game. Hopefully. So, yeah, I would have no problem with you being the winner of that contest, as you're here so often. But it's going to be a random choice, so good luck. Let's see. Tomine Yukiho. Tomine Yukiho. Tomine Yukiho. Right, and her description. 飛び降りた女の霊に追い詰められて崖から飛び降りた女. A woman who jumped off a cliff after being chased into a corner by the spirit of another woman who jumped off of a cliff. who jumped off a cliff. Another woman who jumped off a cliff. Who jumped off of a cliff. Jumped off of a cliff. I don't know, is it jump off a cliff or jump off of a cliff? Jump off of a cliff. I'm going to say one of them's going to be jump off a cliff. Woman who jumped off a cliff after being chased in a corner by the spirit of another woman who jumped off of a cliff. Nah, I'll just say jumped off a cliff. I think technically they're both correct. I'm just thinking about it too much, so let's not think about that anymore. I don't think either one sounds too ridiculous. We'll totally win. Yuri, you'll have to get me one when you're in Japan if you win this one. Ah, yes. E10 says awesome. Magfest is tomorrow. Oh, that's right. Oh, and you know what? I have the day off tomorrow. I think I told you guys that. It wasn't really 100% certain, but now it is. So I'll get a 3-day weekend, and that would have been perfect to go to Magfest. But I'll be going back home. I got to take some pictures of some eBay items to end this dispute. This guy sent me some games that he said were like new, and he thought like new meant he's only played it a couple of times. But to me, like new means it's as if it's new but unwrapped. So it was fairly damaged. Anyway, so he wanted me to take pictures of it, so I have to go home and take the pictures of them. Because I don't really have room in my apartment to keep games that I order on eBay, so I just keep them all at my parents' house. So now you guys know where to find them. Anyway, alright, so the second sentence is Noroi ni yori shi Yoroi ni yori shi no shunkan o kurikaeshite iru. Because of the curse, she repeats the moment of her death. Okay, well, moving on. Reizen Kirika. Reizen Kirika. LOL, if I have that much expendable income. Oh, yes. I sold my Fire Emblem POR as like new. Well, I hope it was like new. I got positive feedback for it today. Oh, yeah, that's good. I just gave him neutral feedback, but he kind of, I don't know, he seemed upset that I gave him neutral feedback, and he wants to be happy with my purchase no matter what, so he's like telling me to be happy with it and to change my feedback. So I think I'm going to change my feedback to negative, because usually customer service doesn't tell you that you have to be happy if you're genuinely not happy with the purchase. But anyway, that's his problem. Alright, so Hikamiyama ni... Wait, didn't we do this one? Hikamiyama ni omoi o osame. Oh, and it's slightly different. The other one was Taki kara tobi orite. This one is Kubi o kiru koto de inochi o tatta onna. A woman who left her feelings at the mountain, slicing her throat and ending her life. Alright. And I think the Yomi Nude is the same. What about it? Yes. Okay, so we're on to the next one. It's the same second sentence in the description as the previous one. And the next one is Himi no Fuyuhi. Oh, good. So this is a character we actually know her name, or we've heard of her name before. She was kind of a more major character, but not really. I mean, every character is kind of a major character if they have any lines in the game, since there's only a half dozen or so characters in this game. So yes, Himi no Fuyuhi. Onryou to natta Himi no Fuyuhi. Himi no Fuyuhi after becoming a vengeful spirit. Well, yesterday because it's Friday now for me. Okay, Friday means MM3D is out in 3 weeks. Hey. You're good at counting down to stuff like that, aren't you? You've always got the countdown like down to the hour, I think. But that's good for the rest of us because we don't have to calculate. I saw today they had, I think someone said yesterday that the pre-orders were all canceled by Best Buy. Walmart, no, Fry's. There's an American chain called Fry's that sells electronics, and they had the Majora's Mask 3DS XL for $200, and within an hour it was sold out. So I thought about buying it, but didn't really have to think too long because it was sold out. I love my countdowns. Yeah, I guess you do. But that's fine. Way to be. Okay, 首を切り自害した女の呪いにより、自らも首を切り、命を落とした。Due to the curse of a woman who killed herself by cutting her throat, she cuts her own throat. I'm gonna say slits her own throat. By slitting her throat, she slits her own throat and ends her life. So note to self, change cut to slit. I know kiru is traditionally translated as cut, but I don't think it sounds very good. Just doesn't sound very native. Sounds very translated. Fries sold out in no time too. Yeah, within an hour, no, much less. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I just know that when I saw the deal in my deal feed, it was only an hour old, and by the time I looked at it, it was sold out. So yeah, it was sold out by the time I looked at it within the hour, or about an hour later. But I'm sure it didn't just go out of stock right then. Probably went out of stock before it even made the front page of Slick Deals, or where Ben's Bargains is where I saw it. Okay. 光山の呪いにとらわれ、いつまでも死の瞬間を繰り返している。Trapped by Mount Hikami's curse, she is forever repeating the moment of death. Forever repeating the moment of her death. So note to self, add her between of and death. Moment of her death. Yeah, that's better. Yes. And maybe note to self, look at other places where you've used toraware and make sure that you translate it fairly consistently. Okay. One way or the other, either changing these lines or changing the lines you've recently translated. Alright. Watarai Keiji. Watarai Keiji. 怨霊となった民族学者渡来刑事の姿。And I'm going to say Watarai Keiji's form after becoming a vengeful spirit. So note to self, add form between Watarai Keiji and after. So Watarai Keiji's form after becoming a vengeful spirit. We are just making lots of corrections here, and that feels good. Reliving her death would have been funnier. Because living and death, yes, that would be a little bit ironic. 光山に見られ、闇奥へと入り、生きたまま箱に詰め込まれて殺され、死後もその姿のまま痛みを感じ続けている. Now, there's run-on sentence number 1 of the night, and it's going to flow off the page. Running off the page. Entranced by Mount Hikami, she went deep into the mountain where she... Entranced by the mountain, he went deep into the mountain. Entranced by Mount Hikami, he went deep into the mountain where he was put into a box alive. And after being killed, he continues to feel pain while retaining that form. What was it? Stay Iru. Okay. And after being killed, he continues to feel pain while retaining that form. Okay. I think that's okay to change the tense mid-sentence like that. I hope so. Because, yeah, it is technically present progressive tense in Japanese. Sakaki Kazuya. Sakaki Kazuya. Onryo to natta Sakaki Kazuya no sugata. And so note to self here, Sakaki Kazuya's form after becoming a vengeful spirit. So put form between Kazuya and after. Right. レンと同じ写真を見て、光山に誘われたが、有効に失敗し、箱に詰め込まれた。I think that's what I said. He was enticed to the mountain after seeing the same photo as Ren, but he didn't complete his spirit wedding and was put into a box. Nice translation. Versus. No. 死後もその姿のまま痛みを感じ続けている. He retains that form even after death, continuing to feel pain. Okay. Shiragiku. Shiragiku. Description. 片白神社にいた 白髪 or 白髪の少女. 白髪の少女. A white-haired girl at Katashiro Shrine. White-haired girl that was at. Yeah. White-haired girl who was at. So it's technically past tense in the Japanese. So note to self, match the tense. A white-haired girl who was at Katashiro Shrine. So note to self, change the to a. A white-haired girl who was at Katashiro Shrine. Yeah, that's better. かつて氷上山の柱として別の山から連れてこられた。She was brought to Mount Hikami from another mountain in order to become a pillar. Pop quiz time. Do you know what mountain it is, or it was, that she came from? If you can answer that question, I will congratulate you on the air. I don't know what else I can do. We'll have to think of something fun to do for pop quizzes like that. I don't know. So yeah, please tell me which mountain she came from, and I will, I don't know, give you a thumbs up or something. And that's not a very good reward, is it? I don't know what I can do. All right. 子供たちを誘って神隠しにし、一緒に遊んでいた。She played with the children she lured away to be spirited away. Wait. She played with the children she lured to be spirited away. Yeah, that's not bad. Excuse me. Okay, now the kids. Here's Amaki Shizuma. Amaki Shizuma. 片白神社に収められた子供たちの霊。子供たちの霊。So it is the spirit of several children. Why does it have just one name? My milkshake brings me you to the yard. Does it now? Watch it now. 片白神社に収められた子供たちの霊. The spirit of a child kept at Katashiro Shrine. So I think I need to translate that differently. Spirit of children kept at Katashiro Shrine. So note to self, change a child to children. Yeah, because I guess this ghost does technically appear several times. And the place where I took his picture was at Katashiro Shrine Keidai. No Dashi Now, that song is in my head. Why would you do that? I am so glad I don't know that song. But I do know that line, so I guess I can hear the, I don't know if you want to call it a melody, but... Bringing all the boys to the yeah, I guess it's a melody, technically. Although it sounds like a dying fire alarm or something. Kagido Yama! Very good, Gently Caress. That is true. That is where Shiragiku was brought from. So, yes, if you remember, Aso Kunihiko met Shiragiku at Kagido Yama when they were young, or when he was young, and she was in a ceremony where she was to be sent to, or she was to be put in a box and sent to Mount Hikami. So, way to go, Gently Caress. You were paying attention. Alright. Katashira Jinja ni osamaru. Wait. Okay. Spirit of children. Okay, so I said note to self on that. Shiragiku to asobi nagara een ni kuru hazu no nai mukae o machi tsuzukete iru. And note to self, instead of he, I'm going to say they play with Shiragiku while eternally waiting for someone to come pick them up. That is just sad. Yay! So there's your thumbs up. There's your congratulations. And I don't know. Was she shipped like new? I don't know. That's a good question. Well, since she's so young, I guess she's always like new, right? Keepo! Yes. Alright, next. Okudera Koto. Okudera Koto. And that is the same description. I hope that the description that I had was gender neutral. like the Japanese. I did say they play with Shiragiku, right? While eternally waiting for someone to come pick them up, I think. Okay, so if I use that, then it'll cover both of those. Yes, because my translation wouldn't have worked, because I said he plays with Shiragiku while eternally waiting for someone to come pick him up, and that would not work for this ghost because it's a girl. Negative feedback for that purchase. Shiragiku arrived in bad condition. Do not buy from this mountain. Nice. 2 stars. Okay. Okudera koto, and then the last one. Okudera koto. Here we go. Uno Yurine. Uno. Whenever you say your name, you are preparing to win the game of cards. Alright. Yuki no Yurine. 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 Katashiro Jinja ni oite ikareta kodomo no rei. Now this one is not kodomo tachi, this is just kodomo no rei. But kodomo, actually, it could be plural. I think I should... No... Yeah, I think I'm going to leave this in singular. So the reason being, well, you'll see. The spirit of a child left at Katashiro Shrine. And then Shiragiku to asobu uchi ni kamikakushi ni atta. So this is a very specific situation. She was spirited away while playing with Shiragiku. I mean, technically, maybe all the children were spirited away in similar fashion, but now this next line, 子供たちと遊びつつ永遠に来るはずのない迎えを待ち続けている. She plays with the other children while eternally waiting for someone to come pick her up. It just sounds like it's her situation rather than a group of children that play with the other children. You know, that sounds weird. This group of children plays with the other children while eternally waiting for someone to come pick them up. I think I'm going to leave it as singular. Alright. Shiranui. Oh, it's the doll. Shiranui. Oh, and we are almost done with this. Oh, it's only been a half an hour, so we'll have time to go into the memos a little bit. And I've been doing some translation on those at work, so I'm not as intimidated by going into that. But oh, Windcask is here. Welcome back, Windcask. Windcask. Right. Oh, and Carpet Crawler DC. I didn't see you come in. So hello there. Oh, there you are. Okay. It was right before the negative feedback for that purchase comment by All Out Attack. Okay. Katashiro Jinja de Katashiro Jinja de tsukurareta ningyō ni kodomo no tamashii ga komerareta mono. Komerareta mono. A doll with a child's spirit inside made at Katashiro Shrine. 人の代わりとして儀式に使われるが、稀に意志を持つこともあるという。They are used in rituals in place of people and are said to possess a will in rare cases. Okay, not too bad as a translation, thank you. Thank you, self, for the compliment. Shion. Shion. Oh, and it's the same description. Yep. Literally nothing different about that description. Okay, and this girl was a challenge. Not a challenge. No, she wasn't. Well, it was a challenge in that you had to know to pick up the flowers in order to get her into your album. But I watched somebody do that in order to figure that out. Mikomori Shizuku. Mikomori Shizuku. Okay. So the translation sounds exactly the same out loud as the Japanese. 現代に生き残る数少ない氷山の巫女の末裔. Matsue, I don't like that second kanji because I don't know how to type it. I mean, I didn't know how to type it. Hey, Windcast Waves, hello. Hello. That's cool. One of the few descendants of the Mount Hikami Shrine Maidens who lived on to the present day. So this is one of those cases, I think we were talking about this before, I was rambling about this before, the difference between like lock on and lock onto. In my thinking, lock onto should be 3 words. Maybe even lock hyphen on and then space 2. But you know, there's that temptation to say lock onto, like you jump onto a table. And this one here, who lived on to the present day. They don't live on top of the present day. They lived on until the present day. Who lived on to the present day. So that one, that's why I have lived onto as 3 words instead of 2. So I hope that makes sense. So Shizuku is alive. Well, if you notice, who lived on to the present day? Well, maybe I shouldn't translate it as present day then. Gendai is just the present era, I guess, technically. So let's see. How can I translate that? Gendai. To the present day. To modern times. Yeah, I'll say modern times. Yeah. Given your confusion, yeah. I thought that was quiet. I guess not. Okay, so yeah, given your confusion, I think I will translate it differently than present day. Who lived on to the modern day. Who lived on to the modern age. Who lived on to the modern day. Can you say lived on to modern times? Who lived on to modern times. Yeah, I'll say modern times. So note to self, change the present day to modern times. Yeah, that's good. Okay, thank you, Genly. That will clear up the confusion. Hopefully. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. Okay. Next is 雨の日に氷山に現れ自殺者たちの魂を慰めているが彼女自身も隠れようの存在に近づいている。She appears on Mount Hikami on rainy days, and while she comforts those who commit suicide, she herself is close to being one of the hidden realm. She herself is coming closer to being one. Yeah. Coming closer, I'm going to say, because it says 近づいている. Well, is that like one of those things that, like shimatteiru, it's not really present progressive, it's a state of being closed, so it's a state of being close, maybe? 近づいている. Is approaching. No, it says it is approaching here. So spring is approaching. Haru ga chikazuite kiteiru. Shima ni chikazuite iru. Coming close to the island. Okay. So it's not like shimatteiru. I don't know what that... There's probably an official scholarly word for that. But I don't know what it is. So she herself is coming closer to being one of the hidden realm. Yeah. Okay, so note to self, change that. Translation. And oh, I didn't translate all of that, that's why. Wait, no, yes I did. Where the heck did this line come from? I don't know. Oh, this may be from the movie. So, yeah, it may be. You want to watch the movie? Let's play the movie. Because I think I have some translation here from her movie. Okay, yes. So this is what she's saying. Was that too fast? I hope you could get that. Man, that's unfortunate. Is coming closer is fine. Okay. Alright, so if you didn't get that, the lines were, and there were no subtitles in Japanese, so I'll paste the Japanese too. Ame no hi wa yama ga zawameku. The mountain stirs on rainy days. Tamashi tachi mo samayoi dasu. Such days also bring out wandering spirits. Watashi ni wa konna koto shika dekinai kedo. This is all I can do, but kono ame ga semete nagusame no ame ni naru koto o. I hope this rain can at least be a comforting rain. Ame ni mizu ni nagarete hitotsu ni. Washed away in the rain, in the water, becoming one. I hope this rain can at least be a comforting rain. To be washed away in the rain. Yeah, I think I need to change this. I hope this rain can at least be a comforting rain. A rain. I hope this rain can at least be a comforting rain. The rain. Water to be washed away in. Okay, so this is not as literal as I had it, but I think it connects with the previous sentence a little bit better. Oops. So tell me what you think about this. Okay, so rain, water to be washed away in, becoming one. So I hope this rain can at least be a comforting rain, washed away in the rain. No. Rain, water to be washed away in. So she kind of corrects herself, I think. So here, let me paste the other one. So here's how I have it now. I hope this rain can at least be a comforting rain. Rain to be washed away in is what she would have said, but she corrected herself after saying rain. Rain to be washed away in, becoming one. Water to be washed away in, becoming one. So, yeah, I think I like that a little bit better. So, note to self, change that translation. Let's see. Oh, well, nice way to die. Umbrella Corporation is behind this. Another's finale was so silly. What's another's? Oh, another Umbrella death scene. There's an anime called Another. I didn't even know that. Okay, I'll turn the audio off. Craziest shit ever. Oh no. She dropped the umbrella. She is falling. She is falling down the stairs. Oh no. Oh no. And she got stabbed with the umbrella. What is this umbrella? Or this another? Is this like a wannabe? Ooh, jeez. Looks like a normal anime, then whoa, grotesque scene. Jesus. Is this like a wannabe Higurashi no Nakakoro ni? Man, I hate that show, by the way. That was the dumbest show ever. Wow, that was pretty brutal. So another. Yes, and another was awesome. I've got it on Blu-ray. Oh, cool. Alright. Sorry if anybody likes Higurashi no Nakakoro ni. It's just, I only watched the first series, so, and I didn't even watch all of that. I couldn't bear it. But I'm sure maybe the Higurashi... I actually have Higurashi no Nakakoro ni Kai, because I was going to give it a second chance with the second season. But all of the endings were just really ridiculous and unbelievable and illogical and made no sense. And they were there just for a Shyamalan type twist that didn't make any sense. Jelly Crest says, I never watched Higurashi. Okay, well, maybe you'll like it. I don't want to I don't like playing film critic because I'm pretty harsh on stuff that I don't like because I just don't like it. But and I can't see anything good about it. But I know that everyone has different tastes, so that doesn't mean that you shouldn't watch Higurashi. You might like it if you like stuff like that. I think there's some good things about it. I mean, I guess if I had to think about it, you know, and pick out some good things, it was cool how they went from like a happy, light atmosphere to like all of a sudden, but you're gonna die, motherfucker. You know, that kind of like the girls around the main character like go from being all happy and stuff to suddenly wanting to kill him and like put needles in his food and stuff like that. So it's kind of scary. It's just they didn't tie it together with a believable plot, and it just seems so contrived that I couldn't watch it. So I deleted the series after about 4 episodes. But you may have better luck with it, and if you can maybe spin it in a way that I can appreciate, maybe I'll watch it, you know, with a different perspective. But for now, I'll just try the Higurashi no Koro ni Kai. If I ever get around to it, I never have time to do anything, let alone watch anime. Let's see. Wash away in the rain and water becoming one. Okay. Well, maybe I thought we were going to have time to do more. It's 45 minutes after. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, we'll have time to do some more after this. Excuse me. Okay. Seno versus. 背の高い女. 背の高い女. Yes. Tall woman. Excuse me. 光山に潜む謎の存在. A mysterious being that lurks on Mount Hikami. Oh, does she ever. 見た目のいいケース. Oh, wait. いいケース? I don't know what that is. I needed to add a reading for that. Aberration. Igyo, Ike, atypical appearance. Strange looking. So it could be Igyo, Igyo-sa, or Ike-sa. I don't know. Anybody have any idea? Gently caress which one it is, Igyo or Ike? Igyo, Ike. What does NHK say? Igyo. So it's Igyo. Okay, well I'll put Igyo. Because NHK says Igyo. Igyo. Okay. Igyo it is. So note to self, add a reading for Igyo-san. Well, I'm not going to write it here. Igyo. Toshi densetsu to natteiru. Due to the strangeness of her appearance, she has become an urban legend. Nice translation on that. Alright. Kurosawa Ose. Kurosawa Ose. 氷山信仰最後の常しえ花として黒木沢に沈められた女性。A woman who was sunk into the black marsh as the last everlasting flower of the Mount Hikami faith. So the Mount Hikami faith, I know last time I said I was going to capitalize faith or uncapitalize faith. When it's in quotations, in Japanese quotations, the the boxy quotations. Oh god, I said boxy. It made me think of that girl. Well, I guess I don't have a huge problem with her. I've only seen that video like once or twice. That means I would have rewatched it. I probably did. Oh well. Okay, no, nothing new in the chat. The woman who sunk into the black marsh as the last everlasting flower of the Mount Hikami faith. Yes, if it's in quotation marks, I capitalize faith. If it's not, I say the something something faith, the Mount Hikami faith. I don't capitalize faith. Otherwise, because if I capitalize faith, we would not need the, because the denotes a specific thing, and also the capitalization denotes a specific faith. So you wouldn't say the Christianity or the Islam. So you wouldn't say the Mount Hikami faith if faith was capitalized. So I'm just going to say faith lowercase. Yep. Okay. 氷山で起きた Zangeki. Sangeki. Is it Sangeki? I think it's Sangeki rather than Zangeki. Oh no, it's zansatsu, so it'd be zangeki. Zangeki. Zansatsu. I thought it was zansatsu. Zangeki. Is zansatsu a different kanji? No, same kanji. Zansatsu. So it could be san or zan. I didn't know that. Let's look up just the kanji. Excuse me. Yeah, it could be san or zan, it looks like. Okay. Didn't know that. Okay, so zangeki. Igyosa. Yomikata. Igyosa. Oh, you looked up igyosa? I didn't know you could look up words like that with the sa at the end. Igyosa. Ice cold flour. Okay. Ice old flour. Oh, I see the misunderstanding. Hyo and nagai, or a and a, are slightly different. Sangeki. Oh, I just saw that as ice. Yes, it's very confusing actually. So yeah, you made me kind of second guess myself. Is it? It is not. I want to make sure it's not Tokushibana. It's not Hyo. Oh, okay. No, it's a. Okay, I was right there. Let's see. 氷山で起きた惨劇のすべてを引き受けてしまっている。She has internalized all the tragedy that has occurred at Mount Hikami. Nice translation. 自らを見とってくれる存在を求めている。She seeks someone to watch over her own death. Okay, nice one. Kurosawa Ose Yomi. And I have that as translated as Kurosawa Ose Spring of Night. And I had Spring of Night in parentheses. I don't know, maybe Spring of Night is just as important as Kurosawa Ose. I don't know. I'm going to leave it in parentheses. I think they just didn't do that in Japanese because they had already used parentheses for the kana reading of her name. Okay. 麻生への思いが心残りとなり、孤独に苦しみ続けている。She comes to regret her feelings for Aso and continues suffering from loneliness. Yeah, I think I'll leave it like that. And then, 共に落ちてくれる存在を求めている。She seeks someone to fall with her. Alright. I'm trying to think if I encountered anything today in my translation that I corrected that had been mistaken for a long time. I get the feeling that I did. But I may be confusing that memory with the memory when I was changing Valley of Mourning to Valley of Purity, and then I ended up changing it back yesterday. Or I changed it back today, but I realized yesterday that I needed to change it back. Okay, so that is the ghost list. Alright. So we've done items, we've done cherished items, and spirit vision. We've done collectibles. We did the content of the collectibles while we were playing the game, so that's good. We've done the movies, and now we just need to do the contents, the memo contents. We've done this one, this one, this one, this one. We are on Kurosawa Hisoka. So how much time do we have? Oh, 8 minutes. Well, let's just do Kurosawa Hisoka, and then we'll call it a day, because I need to start getting ready to go. I'd like to leave pretty soon here because it's already dark outside and I have to drive a little over 2 hours to get home. So, yeah, let's do this. Okay. Save that and open up the memo text file. Okay. Here we go. Kurosawa Hisoka. Here we go. We did do all of Yuri's, right? I hope we did all of Yuri's stuff. Okay. Kurosawa Hisoka. Oh man, there's quite a bit here. Kurosawa Hisoka. And that's just Kurosawa. Oh, and I can pay, okay, because this is a text file, not the Excel file. I can copy more than one line at a time, which will help immensely. Okay, and then the next line. And if you guys detect any typos or errors in my Japanese typing or my translation, please let me know. Thank you. コット喫茶黒沢の店主であり、影見の能力を持つ女性。The shopkeeper of Kurosawa Antiques and Cafe, and a woman. Oh, I didn't put the closing quote on Kurosawa Antiques and Cafe. So note to self. Well, I don't need to note to self because this is not the Excel file. The text file I am perfectly okay editing on this computer. It's just that this computer doesn't have Excel software. I wish it did, but I'm too cheap to pay for it. The shopkeeper of Kurosawa Antiques and Cafe, a woman who possesses the power of shadow vision. Yes, good translation. Kono この地方に伝わる影見を老婆たちや文献から学んで身につけた. From elder women and documents, she learned shadow vision, a skill passed down in this region. Yeah, I guess that's okay as a translation. I'm trying to reword it in my head like she learned shadow vision, a skill passed down in this region, from elder women and documents. I just don't like that as well. From elder women and documents, she learned shadow vision, a skill passed down in this region. Yeah, I think that's the best I can do with that. Okay, next line. 一人の老婆が残した社益を手に、骨董カフェ経営の傍ら、偽物探しの仕事を引き受けている。Obtaining, oh, it's off the page. Okay, thank you. Obtaining a camera obscura left behind by an elderly woman. Yeah, I'll say elder woman. By an elder woman. She takes on side work searching for missing objects in addition to managing the curio cafe. Gotcha. Did you notice I used the word curio? I had actually no idea what curio meant. And I've seen it like cafe made curio. I think there's a game called that. I didn't actually think about, I just thought it was just crazy Japanese English. But curio actually means like antiques or curiosities of old. So managing the antique cafe didn't sound as cool as curio cafe. So I translated it like that. I hope that's okay. 自殺しようとしていたユーリを助けた後、身寄りのないユーリを引き止めて同居するようになった。I think it's 同居。Let me check. Dokyo, yes it is. Okay. After saving Yuri from committing suicide, she got her to stay and live together. Since Yuri had no one else to rely on. Okay, not that bad, but not like wow, that was a great translation kind of thing. Curio Cafe, Curife. Original word, do not steal. Okay. Don't worry, I won't. Oh, that's totally off the page. ユリの苦しみや孤独を理解しているが、自らに触れた人の記憶や秘密を見るほどの力はなく、霊の存在や他人の心は感じる程度。I remember this being a long sentence to translate. It took me a long time to translate. Although she understands Yuri's suffering and isolation, she doesn't herself have the power to see the memories, see the memories and secrets of those she touches. I was debating on whether to put two in the parentheses or in the quotation marks or out of the quotation marks. Doesn't have the power, quote, to see, so I didn't know where to put that to. But I'll just leave it in there. To see the memories and secrets of those she touches. She does sense the presence of spirits and other people's feelings, however. Okay, so I did make that two sentences. I wasn't able to keep up with the Japanese pace of smashing everything into one sentence. Oh, and that's off the page too. 趣味で占いも行っており、その要望と謎めいた雰囲気で店に来る 女学生の間に流しられている。Oh, I totally messed this up. Oh gosh. So yeah, that page right there is what we were just translating all this time. So I guess that's a good thing that I had pasted the Japanese along with the English. Whenever I see two kanji, I know, and I guess the reading 99% of the time I am wrong. That's a high percentage. No, I think you're probably right. A little bit more than that, you're just selectively recalling the times that you get it wrong because it hurts when you get it wrong. But when you get it right, it can be fulfilling. Or just numb feeling, so that's maybe why you don't count it as anything but that 1%. But you're probably better at reading than you think, Windcast. Because Japanese, although it does have some curiosities as to readings, I think it's consistent, at least better than 99% of the time being random. Okay, she does fortune telling as a hobby, and due to her shop's looks and mysterious atmosphere, she is well known among female students who frequent her shop. Nice translation. Okay, I'm gonna have to give myself credit for that one. Okay, 黒沢のコーヒーは味に定評があり、好きな言葉は人生は時にはコーヒー一杯の温かさの問題. So, note to self, check on whether or not this quote is quoted exactly in your translation, because since given the fact that it is a quote, it needs to be word for word exactly the same throughout your Excel file. So check on that. Kurosawa's coffee has a reputation for its flavor, and one of her favorite sayings is, "Sometimes life is a matter of a cup of coffee's warmth." Sounds about like how I translated it before, but I need to check on that. So that is why I gave a note to self. You're right, the odds are in my favor. Yeah, I think they are. So, yeah. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, you could just be a beginner, and as a beginner, there's no way, it's impossible to know how to read stuff unless you've, practiced a little bit. And I remember, it reminds me of a moment this last December when I was in Florida visiting my friend, and he asked me, "Did you know what a jar meant the first time you heard it?" Like, not like a space jar, but A-J-A-R, a jar, one word. And I said, no, I didn't know any word the first time I heard it. So it's kind of like that. I mean, you can't really expect to know words or be able to read words the first time you read them. So yeah, you just have to practice, and once you read a word more than once, the better and better you'll be able to remember it. So it doesn't matter if it's English or Japanese or what. It's hard to know a word the first time you hear it. Sometimes you can guess a word from context, but you can't say that you know the word absolutely the first time you hear it. It's always a matter of either assuming or not knowing. So, okay. I think I did all that. Yeah. Yuri no... Oh, wait. Okay, so we did that one. We're going on to Kurosawa Hisoka 2. And the first line is the exact same, so I'm not going to translate it. It just says Kurosawa Hisoka. And, oh yeah, that part's the same too. That whole page is the same. Okay, now the first paragraph there is the same, but the second one is different, and I know the English is running off the screen. Even if I delete the Japanese, it's probably still going to run off the screen. But I'm going to read the Japanese and then delete the Japanese so that you can read it. So I'll just leave it there for now so you can match it up to where it is on the screen. Yuri no sousaku izen ni mo 多数の失踪者を、捜索していたが、そのうちの一人が目前で自殺したことと、自殺の報告を受けた依頼者の反応にショックを受け、一人であることの孤独を知り、以後の依頼は断っていた。Yeah. So you can imagine just from how long it took me to read that one sentence that it takes me a rather long time to translate sentences like these because it's hard to smash them into one sentence. And this didn't fit on the page, so this has to be like the longest line ever. The longest line I've translated from this game. So if it was 2 sentences, I could break it up, but I can't. So you can maybe just make out that last line from the top half of the words. So even before searching for Yuri, she had performed a number of missing person searches, and from the shock she received from one of them committing suicide right before her eyes, and the client's reaction upon receiving that news, she understood the isolation of being alone, and refused requests from that point on. Did you translate Yobo as her shop's looks? Yes, I did. I am not 100% certain, but I think Yobo is for people's physical appearance. Yeah, it is actually for physical appearance, but I think in the context of that sentence, it's not talking about her appearance, but maybe it is. I don't know. その要望と謎めいた雰囲気で Oh, so maybe it's saying about her mysterious, like her mysterious aura or her looks. 行っており、店に来る女性。You might be right. その要望. Alright, let me look it up in Japanese. That will tell us. 顔形、顔立ち. Yeah, well, his face. 顔形、顔つき. Okay. Visage. 見目形。顔形。顔形、美しい顔形。Yeah, I guess it is her face. Alright. Well, thank you, Gently Caressed. So let's see, what should it be? So note to self, that should be... I could just delete shops, I guess. She does fortune telling as a hobby, and due to her looks and mysterious aura, I'll change atmosphere to aura, she is well known among female students who frequent her shop. Yeah. Okay. So now that we've got this English block of text out of the way, I'll paste that. So that's what I'm going to have it as. She does fortune telling as a hobby, and due to her looks and mysterious aura, she is well known among female students who frequent her shop. Yes, okay. Sounds better. Thank you, Gently Caressed. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, long ass sentence. Oh, 2 more long ass sentences. Oh, this one I think is even longer. No, it's not. Wait, maybe it is. No. Oh, wait. I was totally on the wrong sentence this whole time. So that sentence we just did, that was this 5-line sentence here. And now we're going on to the one below it. I'm sorry about that. So anyway, if you read the top sentence, that's the one we just did. And now we're on to the second one. Shikashi, and this one's running off terribly too, but しかし、Hikamiyamaの異変で失踪者が増え、自身の周囲にも失踪者が現れたこと、また、身有の依頼者の悲しい言葉に心を動かされたことで、捜索を再開する。Alright, so however, missing persons, okay. However, missing persons resulting from disasters on Mount Hikami increased, and missing persons increased. Missing people resulting from disasters, missing persons resulting from disasters on Mount Hikami increased. And from people around her going missing, in addition to her heart being moved by the sad words of those seeking Miku, she resumed her searching. Missing persons resulting from disasters on Mount Hikami increased, and from people around her going missing, in addition to her heart being moved by the sad words of those seeking Miyu, she resumed her searching. Yeah, I think that's as good as I can get it in one sentence. Okay, now we go on to another long sentence. So last 2 long sentences. Okay. I should just do the Japanese first and not do this. Okay. We'll just put the Japanese there. ユリを見つけたとき、目の前で自殺した少女とその姿が重なり、また失踪者たちの感じる孤独への思いと、自らも感じ始めていた人生、生き死ぬことへの、well, I said 人生, sorry. 一人生き 死ぬことへの孤独から身を寄せるようにユーリを引き止めた。When she found, oh, it's running off, but just try to imagine what I'm saying on the last line, given the top half of the characters. So when she found Yuri, Yuri's figure overlapped with that of the girl who committed suicide, and from her feelings about the loneliness felt by the missing persons and the isolation she herself started to feel from the idea that we'd live and die alone, Hisoka kept Yuri at her home so that Yuri would have someone to rely on. So notice I used Yuri like 3 times in there, because there are 3 girls being talked about, 3 women being talked about, Yuri, Akari, and Hisoka. And if I just use pronoun after pronoun, yeah. Oh, I used Yuri 4 times in there. So yeah, I had to use proper nouns in there, kind of like the Japanese did. So yeah, long sentence, not too bad for how long it was. Not too bad of a translation. 影の能力から No. Okay. 影の能力を持ち、失踪者の死を見たこと、死への孤独を知ったことなどから巫女の適格者とみなされ、山に誘われるが有利に助け出される。Excuse me. Okay. Having shadow vision ability in addition to having seen the death of a missing person and knowing the loneliness of death, Hisoka was deemed qualified to be a shrine maiden and thus beckoned to the mountain, but she was saved by Yuri. Well, I got that in 1 sentence. So you can maybe kind of imagine how long it's taking me to translate these, because I can't just pop them out like the shorter ones, like I don't know, their names or something. But yeah, so it's going to be an interesting process trying to cram all these sentences into 1 sentence like the Japanese. And in certain cases I just have to give up and make it 2 sentences. But I try my best to keep it parallel with the Japanese. But that one was kind of difficult. So I did make some corrections to that, so I will transfer that to my flash drive and replace it, and then just go back and watch the video for the note to self moments in here. So that's all for today, you guys. Thank you for joining me on this Thursday night. Thank you for joining me all week, most of you. I mean, you guys are pretty much here every day, so thank you. It really is motivating to me, and thank you, Windcast, for being the new viewer of the week. Well, I mean, you're not a new viewer, I've seen you before, but I think today was your first day this week, so thank you for coming back. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday. In the meantime, I will try not to play too many games. It's hard not to play games on the weekend because I do the translation stuff, throughout the week. So it's hard not to just say, well, I can't do this at work, so let's play games, because that's the one thing that I can't do at work that I enjoy doing. But I do enjoy translating this, I guess, just not more than playing the games. I would rather play the games and not have to translate them, but there is some level of enjoyment that is different from playing the game when you translate it. And there's some sort of satisfaction that I get with that. So I will try to use that as motivation to get something done in this memo text over the weekend. I am slightly ahead in it in that I probably can stream an hour on Monday without doing anything this weekend, and nothing at work on Monday, but I will be doing this work on Monday during work, and I'll try to do a little bit over the weekend. So thank you guys. Have fun at the music festival. I can't remember what it's called, E10, but what was it? What was it called? What is it? Magfest. Okay, yeah, have fun at Magfest. If anybody's going, you can meet up with E10 maybe. I don't know. But I would like to have gone. Just, unfortunately, I have to go home. So maybe next time. But yeah, that would have been a great weekend to go because I have 3 days. Oh, regret. Oh well. Alright, well, you guys have a good one, and I will see you on Monday. Alright? So thanks again, and good night.